All right, hallelujah, glory to the King. Bless you all. Hope this day finds you well and encouraged in the Most High. This is Elder Douglas Becker, and I'm going to take a few minutes here to come on here and address a few things and hopefully bring those that will view this video to a greater understanding of my walk and the faith and with Straightway community, Straightway ministry. I feel it pertinent, though, for me to start back from the beginning, just to fill in some blanks, if there is any, that some people may not be aware of, my start and how I came to be here. I think that's important for the overall picture here. So with that, I'll get right on to it. I was born again in '97, and at that time, there was a man that had been ministering to me, and at that time, his family, his brother and his family, and a few others, including Sister Diane, all from Minnesota, where I was living at the time, they were listening to R.G. Stair and the Overcomer Ministry. And so that's how I got introduced to, the Torah, the keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, at least to the extent the Overcomer did back then. R.G. Stair, and that is where I met Pastor Dow. I never came to know Pastor Dow by the typical channels that most of you have met him through, which is hearing him, preach and teach on YouTube or whatever the social application might be. But mine was strictly through the Overcomer Ministry, who Pastor Dow was a part of at that time. And I had made several trips down to Walterboro, South Carolina, to the Overcomer community down there. And at that time, I think R.G. Stair had 4 working communities, working on 5, the one in Maine. I can't recall, but I think, including the Overcomer, there was 5 working communities, eventually. So anyway, I've been down there a few times. And Yahweh really put something in me about community and living community lifestyle. And I understood some of what, it said in Acts and some other things that I had read and done studies for myself. But there was just a real pull for me to be part of a community. And let's see, I don't remember what year it was. And maybe 98, maybe it was. 99, somewhere around there. R.G. Stair had put out, let's just say, a faith challenge, if I can use that, and for those that want to be part of a community. And I met that challenge, at least to the degree that I could, and just waited, right? Just waited. Now, mind you, again, like I said, I think at that time, by almost the year 2000, there was 5 working communities with the Overcomer Ministry that were under the umbrella of R.G. Stair. And when I, met the challenge, this challenge of faith, I had no idea which community, if I ever even got asked to be on one, would be the one that I'd be going to. Okay, I just had a hope to live that kind of lifestyle, and just waited. Well, I made several trips down here to Tennessee to Straightway the hub. And I remember back then it was just Straightway, still under the Overcomer Ministry. And there was the families that I were with in Minnesota, they had already moved this way. So I came down here to visit them and also to help out on the land, because this was an upstart work, brand new work here going on. I mean, when I got here for my visits, they were, a lot of building had already been done, trailers were set up. I think that the old tabernacle, or the original tabernacle, had been completed, so the work was going pretty good here, and I really wanted to be a part of this, and I believe the Most High was leading me this way to be a part of a community and the workings of a community. So eventually, after a few visits up here in the summer of 2000, Pastor Dow wrote me a letter in October of 2000 telling me that I was welcome to move to the community. Okay, and I was thrilled, and I was so grateful to the Most High. But that came obviously with a cost, because Messiah said, Peter said that we have forsaken all. What shall we receive in this life? And you know what Messiah said, no man that hath forsaken his wife or his children or his lands, his homes, properties, you know, the list. I can't recite it all right now, but you're all familiar with it in Mark 10, okay? And I actually was put in a situation where I had to meet every one of those things that he listed off, every single one of them, because at that time I had a 24 square foot home in a little town not too far from, about an hour from downtown Minneapolis. And I had taken a 30-year mortgage on that home, and I was in my 11th year at that home, and I was 1 month from paying it off. So I would have been debt free from my mortgage. I had a successful travel business, which is still in operation today. I had a very lucrative job building high-speed pharmaceutical packaging machinery. I had 40 acres of land and a nice cabin up in northern Minnesota. And, you know, I was living the good life. And when that call came, I literally had to, my wife, then she divorced me, and my children, I had to forsake all that to come to live at the community. So Yahweh knew I was serious, and I was serious, and I wanted to come here and be part of this work and to be part of its success. And so I moved here in November of 2000, so every November marks another year for me, and of course now it's been 24 years. And so I got here, you know, settled in and began this work with Pastor Dow side by side, and was blessed to be able to do the things I could back then. I can't so much anymore, but I still count it a blessing that I was able to be included here and be part of this work here, be part of this ministry. Eventually, you know, we separated out from the Overcomer. I think that was in the year 2000, and it becomes straightway then ministries. It was just straightway community. Then it became the ministry also back when we separated from R.G. Stern Overcomer Ministry. But Pastor Dow has always been faithful to the work, faithful to the saints, you know, endeavoring every day, you know, put his hand to the plow in this work, and I'm still fully committed to doing that. And you know, 24 years, you see a lot of things go on in 24 years. There's highs and lows, ups and downs, there's challenges, and who doesn't have them? I mean, that's just par for the course. You wish they wouldn't happen, but things do arise, things that have to be met, seasons that happen. And I've seen plenty of them living here, seen them all, and was privileged to stay through all of them, to continue on in this walk, and side by side with the brothers and with Pastor Dow, the ones that remain now, and to endure any type of hardships or any type of attacks or whatever the case may be. We had the good times, we had the rough times, but that's to be expected. You know, there are trials and tests that we need to get by, need to just hold fast and let it run its course, and it always comes out better on the other end. So I'm not about to give up on that for nothing, and there's no desire anywhere in my mind or heart from ever leaving this work. And glory to the King, and I appreciate that, because I'm fully convinced that Yahweh is the one that ordered my steps right from the beginning, and I'm not going to call him a liar. I'm just not going to do it, and I'm going to hold fast to that testimony. And I'm going to sit here and try to be an encouragement and a strength to not only Pastor Dow, but to the saints as well, the best I can. You know, as my days age here, I'm now 60, going to be 64 in May, so, you know, the years roll by, but I'm going to continue to support Pastor Dow in this work, and I want to say, you know, thank him for all that he's done for me the years that I've been here, and we're just going to keep moving forward. So I think that's pretty much about it. Oh, I will say this. I'll just end in this, and I also kind of gave a shout out to Pastor Dow back in, I think it was March. I did a YouTube video entitled Stewardship, and I made known my stance way back there and where my mind was also in that video. So if y'all interested, haven't seen it, it's on my YouTube channel. It's up to y'all. But hey, y'all be encouraged and keep fighting the good fight of faith. All right. Shalom.